All right, I am going to the Montreal climate change march protest. I have to see what's going on there. I want to do one of my person on the street interview type vlogs, like the one I did on the first day marijuana was legalized in Canada.
Well, today Canada became the second country in the world to legalize recreational marijuana. And apparently there's a lineup around the block. Have you guys ever smoked marijuana before? First of all, how long have you been waiting in line? I presume this is going to be your first time smoking marijuana.
Yes, exactly, and I'm very excited.
And I've been sitting here all morning mulling over how I go about this type of vlog because it's such a political issue that there's going to be very little room for humor, there's very little room for discussion, any disagreement on causes and or solutions generally degrades into name calling. And the purpose of this vlog is not to make fun of people, it's not to be antagonizing, it's not to politicize the issue. I just want to go down, see what's going on, talk to some people and see why they're there. But it is one of those videos where I may rarely have to actually explicitly explain my position and my point of view before heading into it so that people can interpret the video accordingly. On the substance of the entire debate, there is little disagreement that humans are having an impact on the earth and humans should do everything in their power to minimize, reduce, and alleviate that burden, period, full stop. How we should go about effecting the necessary change, that is up for discussion. I personally believe that shifting the discussion to per capita carbon emissions falsifies the debate. If you run into a house and see that it's flooding, that every pipe in the house is busted, you're not going to go to a per capita leak rate of the pipes. You're going to go straight for the massive leaking pipes as opposed to going to the smaller pipes that are emitting virtually no water, regardless of whether or not on a per square inch basis, those tiny pipes and those tiny leaks are in fact leaking more water than the massive leak. I think that when people look to the government to implement massive solutions, it's sort of to alleviate their own personal responsibility. They can then say, well, I'm paying my taxes, the government's taking care of it, and now I can go back to my 2 gas-guzzling cars. We as a family drive 1 car for 5 people and 2 dogs. When it comes to the dogs, in as much as possible, I actually use little sticks to skewer their poop and put it into the sewer directly, as opposed to using plastic bags to pick it up. And when I do use plastic bags, I use biodegradable poopy dog plastic bags. I commute in as much as possible in the city with my scooter, and not an electric-powered lithium battery scooter, an old-school push scooter. When it comes to groceries, although I don't believe that those recyclable bags actually reduce any footprint on the earth, I think that what goes into the production of those reusable bags has to be as bad as plastic bags, and when one of those bags tears, they're done for, and then all of the minerals and plastics and whatever that went into producing that bag is wasted, but I still do it because that's what people say you have to do to minimize your footprint. As far as groceries go, for the bulk of our groceries, we actually have a plan with a company called Lufa, where they deliver all of your food in the... Why do they always find me? Go away. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. We're good. We're cool. They deliver all of your groceries in these plastic reusable bins, and they actually use very little plastic in the wrapping of the product that goes inside. It generally comes like apples just scattered all over the place, and you come with your reusable bag, fill it up, they take their plastic bins back and reuse them. And whatever does come in those plastic bags, and I think they are biodegradable bags, we reuse those bags for dog poop. We actually wash out our Ziploc baggies to reuse them in as much as possible without risking contamination of E. coli or other terrible things that might make you very sick. Hey, how's it going? I'm making a video today. Thanks. And when it comes to our kids, they too are interested in making the world a better place. That said, I don't think kids should be involved in the political debate. This type of issue requires knowledge, if not expertise, on economic issues, on scientific issues. I don't think kids should be the spokesperson for this type of debate, and politics is an inherently nasty business, and kids should be protected from it and not used for it and exposed to it. But that is my opinion, and I am not relaying it to you in an attempt to influence or convince you that I am right and you are wrong. I'm just relaying it to you so that you have the framework, the backdrop, the foundation, the general context for my video. This video is not to poke fun at, make fun of, ridicule, make a political point. I just want to go out there and see what's going on and share it with the world. So with that said, always wear a helmet. Let's do this. Oh yeah. I also don't think kids should be encouraged to skip school out of protest. That is the definition of cutting off your nose to spite your face. Kids should be encouraged to go to school, study, explore new technologies, figure out a way to resolve the problem. Skipping school out of protest, that's like eating at McDonald's to protest obesity. You know what? That wasn't fair to McDonald's. McDonald's actually does have a lot of healthy menu items. It would be like binge eating Krispy Kreme donuts to protest obesity. Yeah, Krispy Kreme, you got no redeeming factors. except for your delicious, delicious donuts. Oh, and incidentally, this is Mount Royal behind us. I absolutely did not need to take this way to get down to the protest, but it's beautiful. If you're ever in Montreal, you have to visit Mount Royal. Going a little fast here. Woo. Okay, I have been thinking about the questions I was going to ask the people at the protest along the way down here through Mount Royal. This morning, I asked a question in my community tab, what questions should I ask the people at the protest? And I got a ton of good questions, but a lot of those questions are argumentative in nature. This is a protest where people are expressing their opinions, they're showing support for what is obviously a worthwhile cause in principle, even if people disagree on the ultimate solutions. So I figured out two questions which are not antagonizing and which are value added. Why are you here today, and what are you doing on a daily basis to make the world a cleaner place? Those are good questions, and my goodness, a lot of helicopters. I wonder how much gas that's using. Okay, those are good questions, and they're going to let people share with the world what they are in fact doing, practically speaking, not relying on the government to make the world a better, cleaner place. This is a very steep and bumpy hill to be one-handed. Oh my gosh, one-hand handlebarring a scooter. Okay, there's a lot of people here. We're here.
No, they were giving these things out. I quite liked it because it had a spell on
it. All right, there are far too many helicopters too close together in the sky. What on earth is that hairdo? I'm gonna keep this for the rest of the video. That's awesome. No, I'm not. All right, so I just want to point out the obvious behind me. This is how people die at protests. If one of those statues becomes dislodged and falls down, it'll kill everyone on it and everyone in front of it. Yeah, I'm gonna move out of the way now. Would you mind being in the vlog?
Sorry?
Would you mind being in the vlog?
Okay,
Two
sure.
questions, and they're good questions.
All right.
Okay, because you look like you're already prepared for part of the answer. Why are you here today?
Because I'm here to support everyone fighting climate change.
And now, without leading the witness, based on the poster, what do you do on a daily basis to actually help make the world cleaner and reduce our environmental impact footprint?
Try to make the right choices and reuse and keep old things.
I think that is a message that everybody can get behind. No more cheap garbage that breaks after 1 year and then you end up throwing an entire dishwasher, fridge, computer. You listening, kids? This is how you have to do it in the future. Okay.
From New York?
Yeah. Change space.
Yeah, and I know what's happening to your...
And the industrialized world is destroying all of us.
J'ai une amie de Guadeloupe qui est venue, elle me dit ah mais l'hiver aussi il y a, tu sais, elle dit ouais il fait froid et tout.
All right, every vlog needs an awesome dog. Look at this doggy. How you doing? It's a good-looking dog. Thank you. You are the most beautiful dog I've ever seen in my life. Barney the vlog dog has some competition. Beautiful. All right, I know I was just ragging on the people who were climbing on the statues, but I need to get a view of the entire crowd here because there's a lot of people here. All right, so my plan was to ask people questions, those two questions that I had thought would be neutral questions, apolitical questions. The bottom line is I can't do it. I can't do it for a couple of reasons, is that I know how the internet world is going to respond on an issue that is so politically divisive, where if I ask a kid a question and the kid doesn't know the answer, the internet's going to say, this is why kids should not be asked questions on policy. If the kid does know the answer, people are going to say, he's just repeating the same political nonsense that he's heard from adults around him. On the other side of the political spectrum, if the kid doesn't know the answer, they're going to say, you can't pick on the kids, they're just kids, leave the kids alone. And if the kids do know the answer, they're gonna say, look how mature and responsible the kids are. They wanna change the world, this is why you have to listen to them. The bottom line is that there are tons of people here. Some people don't know why they're here, some people are here for the wrong reasons, but a ton of people are here for the right reasons, even if the world at large doesn't necessarily agree on the solutions. I don't know how I ended up on top of this statue when I said I wasn't going to. If this thing falls over and I die in this vlog, what do you think? You want to be in a vlog?
Okay, why not?
All right. People should not be made fun of for having good intentions. We can all disagree or agree on the common solutions. Something's happening! Something's happening! All right, and that is the climate protest. It's an amazing thing. I have the blessing or the curse of always seeing both sides of everything, and coming here, you know that there are good people here, you know that there are people here to make a change, you know that there are some people who are just here for the selfies, you know that there are some people here who don't know why they're here, they just came because there's a crowd and school has been cancelled. You see people with placards with good messages, and then you see other people shaking made in China plastic maracas to make noise, screaming on made in China plastic bullhorns. You literally see people here with Starbucks coffees and plastic straws. And that's what happens at these types of things when they become highly politicized. You have one side looking for any inconsistency in the other side. The bottom line is there's nothing wrong with wanting to make the world a better place. The question is, how do we go about doing it? And you're going to have some people who are going to say, abdicate all powers to the government, they'll know how to do it, and I'll go back to my gas-guzzling cars and plastic Starbucks cups. And then you have others who've legitimately made the change from the bottom up. And then you have people who find these types of protests to be somewhat counterintuitive, hypocritical to some extent, in that they're going to leave thousands of tons of garbage behind them. But then you're going to have others saying that these protests are amazing, it awakens the people, it gets the movement going, it gets people's awareness up. The 1,000 tons of trash that we leave over afterwards is sort of incidental, secondary, collateral damage. It's interesting. We're living through interesting times. People want to make a change, people want to make a difference, but not everybody agrees on the way to do it. All right, very little law in this vlog, but if you like my channel and you like my content, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop a comment in the comment section below, and if you want some merch, I'll post a link somewhere in the video, and now you know your vlog. Peace out. Booyah!